Hey guys, this is the horoscope for Pisces for the upcoming Taurus season starting on the 20th of April until the 20th of May. So we have a lot of things happening, many astrological events, and here's what we are going to cover in this video. So we have the Sun in Taurus and Mercury moving to Aries. We have the transit Mars entering Gemini. We have new moon in Taurus. Venus goes to Aries. Mercury goes direct. Full moon in Scorpio, Taurus. Then the North Node moves to Leo and the South Node to Aquarius. And Mercury moves back to Taurus. So you can see so much things are happening, and that's probably going to change a lot of things for us. So let's find out how it will influence you personally. So first of all, on the 20th of April, we have the Sun moving to Taurus, which for you will be in your third house. So during this whole month, the transit Sun will be here. And it means that this is more or less, the main focus of your attention, the area where you can concentrate your attention. So it's about all kind of ideas. You can have some great, wonderful new ideas. You may be more communicative with others. You may, prefer to have conversations with new people, or to get in touch with your friends. Another meaning of third house is that it's related with education, with learning new things, learning new skills. So that's a wonderful time if you would like, to put the efforts to start learning something, or as well, that's related with traveling to, especially to short places. So all of these activities can be very beneficial for you. Learning new things, receiving new information, communicating, focusing on your ideas and trying to think of new creative ideas. All of this is very beneficial. So at the same time, on the same day, on the 20th, we have also the Mercury retrograde moving back to Aries. So Mercury will move to your second house. And we know that Mercury retrograde is a period when we have to be very careful with all kind of information. It's definitely not a good time to start something totally new for new initiatives, activities. In your case, it's mostly related with your finances. So be especially careful with your finances, what you are spending money on. You might forget something. You can forget to pay your bill, or there might be a mistake in that bill. So just everything that, be more careful with everything which is related with your income and finances. Sometimes Mercury can bring complications to that area, so you should be prepared and avoid starting new things. At the same time, Mercury retrograde in second house is a positive transit to start doing something that you have done before related with earning money. So you can think of an old idea that you had about improving your financial situation, and now you can restart that activity, or you may find a new way to implement that. So going back to the past, thinking about previous ideas and activities is actually beneficial right now for you. Just avoid the new beginnings, including finances. Next we have, so on the 21st of April, the transit Mars enters Gemini. So for you, this will be in your fourth house. And the transits of Mars last approximately 2 months. So this is the time that Mars will spend in your fourth house. And it's related with a lot of intense energy. Mars is related with our physical power, what we are fighting to achieve, what we are really passionate about. And fourth house includes your family, your home, and property, the place where you are living. So when Mars is in fourth house, you may put a lot of efforts and work really hard while you're at home. This can be literally working over your property and home, like fixing something, like making some kind of innovations, or it may just another activity which you're just you know, doing at home on your own. So this transit is for practicing things on private for yourself, and not, you know, so publicly and officially in front of others. And this is a time when, for example, you may notice that you can take a rest when you're at home, because you have so much obligations, you have so much tasks to take care of. That's another side of this transit. And of course, with Mars, we should always be careful for possible conflicts, for possible tension. So you might be more impulsive and, you know, unwilling to make compromises in your communication with family members. So there is a chance that there might be some kind of conflicts there, and you may have the feeling for, you know, some kind of increased tension there. So yeah, that's the other side of this transit. So next we have on the 26th of April, new moon in Taurus, which again is in your third house. So the new moons are great for starting something new, for putting the beginning of something. And third house is about ideas, about education, about traveling. So that's a wonderful time, for example, to plan starting a new training course that will, you know, improve your skills. But try to think of something which is practical. Third house is about things that you can implement in your daily life immediately. You know, not philosophical knowledge, not something so much spiritual, but more practical, more grounded. You may have wonderful ideas, and you can establish new contacts with others. So as we said, also for traveling and planning trips, this new moon can be great as well. So next we have on the 28th of April, Venus entering Aries and your second house. And Venus is the planet that brings, you know, improvement, benefits, even some kind of present, positive emotions. And all of this stuff are related with your financial situation, with your income, or with your resources in general. So you can improve your financial situation, you can receive some income, and there might be more harmony in this area of your life. Something interesting that we need to pay attention on is that previously we had Venus retrograde in Aries in your second house. So it's very possible that there might have been some kind of problems in your finances. Probably the situation hasn't been very, you know, harmonious for you. And now that we have Venus moving through the same sign and house, you may have the opportunity to change that, to find the solutions, to fix the problems. And especially after the 3rd of May, when we have also Mercury turning direct in second house in Aries as well, the situation in your with your finances should improve in general. With these two planets, so with Venus and Mercury in your second house retrograde at the same time, probably there were some kind of complications with money, with resources, with your belongings. And now that both of these planets are moving direct in the same sign and house, you may just have the opportunity to fix the problems, to change the situation, and in general your income and finances should become better. So next we have on the 10th of May a full moon in Scorpio and Taurus. So the transit sun is in Taurus in your 3rd house, and the moon is in Scorpio in your 9th house. So first of all, the full moon is the time when you can achieve visible results and materialization in certain activities related with these houses. So that's mostly related with education, with skills, with knowledge, with your plans and goals, with traveling, and even with immigration. So you can achieve some material results in this in such activities. At the same time, the full moon activates two houses which are opposing. So it means that we have two impulses which are pulling us in two different directions. So you need to find the balance, and the sun represents what you're conscious about, what you're aware of. In your case, when it falls in third house, it suggests that you might be aware of, the small plans that you would like to, the small steps that you would like to take, about the more concrete stuff, about the practical things that you would like to learn. And the moon represents something which is more unconscious, something that influences you without quite realizing that. And when you have the full moon, actually you have the opportunity to see that, to realize that, to become aware of that. So it may turn out that unconsciously you're not aware of your future goals, you're not aware what you would like to achieve in the future, in the long term, or there might be a conflict between these two areas. So you may become aware that the small steps that you're taking are not in harmony with your future goals. They are not in the same directions, and you need to fix that. You need to find what can improve that, how you can get that, in the same direction. So that's the main influence for you. And by really realizing that situation, actually you can set free from the things that are no longer useful and not working very well for you. And next we have something really important and karmic, we can say. So the lunar nodes are changing the signs. We have the North Node entering Leo and your sixth house, and the South Node entering Aquarius and 12th house. These are long lasting transits for around 1 year and a half, and that's why they bring really big changes for us. The North Node has a similar influence to Jupiter, so it brings expansion, it brings new opportunities, growth, success, and luck. So for you, this is related with 6th house. So this can bring some new opportunities for growing and expanding your work and career. If you would like to start a new career, if you would like to change that, to move to a different, workplace, work position, this transit is very supportive. It can improve also your health. You may take some actions that will improve generally your health condition, how you're feeling. So that's another positive influence of the North Node. At the same time, the South Node has a similar influence to Saturn. It decreases things. It's related with, possible losses, and something that actually you shouldn't concentrate on. So with the South Node in 12th house, it suggests that you shouldn't spend so much time alone. You shouldn't isolate yourself, definitely. You shouldn't focus so much on, invisible stuff, things that are not practical and grounded, because 6th house and the North Node suggest that you should pay attention on responsibilities and obligations which are really grounded and practical and related with your real life, and you shouldn't spend so much time about dreaming, about focusing on imagination, even on everything actually which is not visible. So these are the most important directions for you. Work, responsibilities, and being more grounded will bring success for you during the next 1 year and a half. And at the same time, you should try not to isolate yourself and avoid being, like flying in the skies. Let's say that. And finally, the last transit we have is on the 16th of May, when we have the transit Mercury entering Taurus and your 3rd house. And Actually, that's a very positive transit because Mercury is the traditional ruler of this house, so it's in there's a harmony, and it can bring more positives to you. And it's related with communication, it's related with ideas, with learning new things, with being more communicative and willing to contact with other people. You may have some wonderful ideas, and this transit is also very beneficial for traveling, to moving to, going to another place, especially for some kind of short trips. That's a wonderful transit. And in general, we should say that this month is mostly about communication, about ideas, about learning new things, and being really, intellectually active. That's the most important for you. So these were the most important indications. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I will wait for you next month again.